In the Ionian city of Clazomenae in the 6th century BCE, a philosopher named Hermotimus was about to challenge the very foundations of Greek thought. He would question what it meant to be alive and explore ideas that would echo through centuries. His name is not as familiar as others from his time, but his contributions are no less significant. Before tonight is over, you will understand why the legacy of Hermotimus of Clazomenae endures. Hermotimus lived in a time when cities like Athens and Sparta were emerging as powerful city-states. The Ionian Greeks were known for their intellectual curiosity and philosophical explorations. He was a pre-Socratic philosopher, which means he preceded the famous Socrates by several generations. Hermotimus's thoughts would eventually be grouped with those of philosophers like Hesiod and Empedocles. Little is known about his life, but one thing is clear: Hermotimus was fascinated by the idea of the soul and its relationship to the body. He believed that the soul could be separated from the physical body. Sextus Empiricus, a philosopher who lived much later, placed Hermotimus among those who held a dualistic theory of material and active principles. This meant that Hermotimus believed in two fundamental components of existence. One of the most intriguing aspects of Hermotimus's philosophy is his belief that the soul could survive beyond death. This was a revolutionary idea at a time when many Greeks believed that death marked the end of all existence. Lucian, in his work, Hermotimus's, mentioned a story about Hermotimus's exploration into the immortality of the soul. This story would become a cornerstone of Greek philosophical thought. The exact details of these stories are lost to time, but the essence of Hermotimus's ideas has been passed down through generations. His metaphysical concepts would influence thinkers for centuries to come. Hermotimus of Clazomenae is a name that may not be widely recognized, but his ideas have left an indelible mark on the history of philosophy. His exploration into the immortality and separability of the soul from the body laid the groundwork for many of the philosophical debates that followed. As we delve deeper into his thoughts and the context of his time, you will begin to see why Hermotimus is considered one of the foundational figures in ancient Greek philosophy. Before we continue our journey through the ideas of Hermotimus, take a moment to let his name and contributions settle in your mind. The story of this enigmatic philosopher is just beginning. Before we begin, a small request. Most of the people listening tonight aren't subscribed. If this channel has ever helped you drift off, take a moment to subscribe. It's free, it helps this channel more than you'd think, and you can always change your mind later. And if you feel like it, leave a comment telling me where in the world you're listening from and what time it is where you are. I love reading them. One more thing before we begin. I'm also a co-founder of a sleep app, built to be the most affordable one out there. No ads, ever. Just sounds and stories made to help you sleep. It may not be released yet as this video goes up, but if you're watching a little later, it might be out by now. Have a look in the description below. It works on iPhone, Android, and everything in between. Downloading it is the best way to support this channel. Imagine, if you will, the bustling streets of ancient Clazomenae, where a philosopher named Hermotimus walked and pondered ideas that would echo through centuries. Hermotimus was renowned for his explorations into the immortality of the soul and its capacity to separate from the body, even during sleep. In ancient tradition, his soul's journeys were well known. It was said that during slumber, Hermotimus's soul would wander afar, leaving his body inert like an empty husk. This belief in the separability of the soul from the physical body was not merely theoretical, but grounded in experience, according to Pliny the Elder and other chroniclers. During these excursions, Hermotimus's soul was thought to travel far and wide, exploring realms beyond the physical world. This concept of soul wandering became a cornerstone in ancient metaphysical beliefs. These ideas were not just intellectual exercises, but were deeply rooted in practical spirituality, which later influenced philosophers like Pythagoras and Plato. Hermotimus's experiences served as examples of the soul's detachable nature and its potential for reincarnation. This tradition was passed down by scholars like Pliny, Lucian, Apollonius, and Plutarch. The Corpus Hermeticum sets out a complete vision of the cosmos, including the nature of divinity and the path by which the human soul may ascend toward union with the divine mind. This ancient text, written between the 1st and 3rd century CE, draws on ideas that were likely influenced by philosophers like Hermotimus, who paved the way for these metaphysical explorations. The uniqueness and influence of Hermotimus's ideas continue to resonate in contemporary spiritual and philosophical thought, even if his name is less familiar today. Before we delve deeper into the philosophical landscape shaped by Hermotimus, take a moment to let these ancient ideas settle in your mind. Hermotimus of Clazomenae was no ordinary philosopher. His ideas took him on extraordinary journeys within himself and beyond the physical world. During his soul journeys, Hermotimus experienced prophetic dreams that foretold natural disasters such as droughts, earthquakes, and famines. These dreams were not mere visions of distant events. They held a profound sense of immediacy, as if the future was already unfolding in his consciousness. The practical implications of such prophetic abilities were significant. Imagine knowing that an earthquake would strike your village before any seismic activity could be detected. The idea that our souls can wander freely, gathering knowledge and insight beyond the limitations of the physical world, held profound power. It offered a path to understanding the cosmos and our place within it that went far beyond the confines of human perception. This concept would shape metaphysical thought for generations, influencing philosophers who sought to unravel the mysteries of existence and consciousness. And so, the journey of Hermotimus's exploration into the immortality and separability of the soul from the body continues to echo through the corridors of time. In the ancient Ionian city of Clazomenae, as Hermotimus delved deeper into the mysteries of the soul's immortality and separability from the body, his journey was accompanied by a significant guardianship. His wife played a pivotal role in this exploration, acting as a guardian during these periods of philosophical inquiry. According to ancient tradition, Hermotimus was instructed to ensure that his body was well guarded while his soul ventured beyond its physical confines. This guardianship underscores the dualistic belief held by many pre-Socratic philosophers that the soul can indeed detach from the body and explore realms unbounded by physical constraints. Yet, as Tertullian's story reveals, this guardianship was not without its challenges and betrayals. In a tale recounted by the early Christian author Tertullian, Hermotimus's wife failed in her duty as his guardian, leading to grave consequences. Enemies took advantage of this vulnerability and set fire to his body while he was in a state of sleep-like trance, leaving him to perish in the flames. This tragic event serves as both a testament to the vulnerability of the human form and a stark reminder of the importance of the soul's connection to its earthly vessel. In the quiet of night, under the ancient stars of Greece, a tragic tale unfolds. Betrayal, it seems, can be as destructive as any force of nature. Hermotimus, the renowned philosopher from Clazomenae, was revered for his soul's remarkable journeys. Tragically, she failed in this task. Her betrayal opened the door to dark forces that would seal Hermotimus's fate. Enemies, seeing his body unguarded, saw their chance. They seized the moment and set his body ablaze. The flames danced wildly around Hermotimus's form, consuming the very vessel that housed his soul. His body, reduced to ashes, could no longer serve as a sanctuary for the wandering spirit. The incineration marked the end of his soul's journeys, a stark reminder that even the most ethereal spirit is bound to its earthly form. In death, Hermotimus's soul remained untethered, his journey incomplete, a poignant testament to the fragility of our mortal coil. In the heart of ancient Ionia, amidst olive groves and the whispering Aegean Sea, lay the city of Clazomenae. Here, a philosopher named Hermotimus had left an indelible mark on the world's philosophical tapestry. His explorations into the immortality and separability of the soul from the body had resonated deeply with his fellow Clazomenians, So much so that, after his death, they chose to honor him in a unique way, a shrine dedicated solely to him. This was no ordinary shrine. It excluded women, a practice reserved for the most venerated of figures. It stood as a testament to Hermotimus's profound influence on their spiritual and philosophical beliefs. The Clazomenaeans believed that Hermotimus's soul journeys had unveiled secrets of the universe inaccessible to ordinary minds. His metaphysical concepts echoed through their intellectual crossroads, reflecting the city's role as a nexus of Greek philosophy, Egyptian religion, and Jewish mysticism. In this sanctuary, devotees could seek solace and wisdom, feeling Hermotimus's presence, guiding them in their own contemplations of life beyond death. It was a place where the boundary between mortal existence and eternal truths felt thinner than anywhere else. The shrine in Clazomenae stood not just as a memorial, but as a symbol of recognition and continuity, a tangible connection between the philosopher's insights and those who sought to understand their place in the cosmos. In quiet reflection, one could almost hear Hermotimus's words echoing through time, whispers of wisdom, guiding us toward a deeper understanding of our own immortal selves. Nous, the concept of mind or intellect as an immaterial force governing cosmic order and arrangement, is a cornerstone in Western metaphysics. This profound idea did not emerge from the ether. It was seeded by early philosophers like Hermotimus of Clazomenae. Aristotle, in his exploration of metaphysical doctrines, attributed the origins of Nous to Hermotimus, placing him at the forefront of this intellectual lineage. Hermotimus proposed that while physical entities are static, the mind is dynamic and capable of causing change, a radical shift in ancient thought. This idea predated Anaxagoras' more famous musings on Nous, indicating that the concept was already gaining traction in philosophical circles. In a world where the divine and physical were often intertwined, Hermotimus's clear distinction between the static body and the dynamic mind was revolutionary. His insights laid the groundwork for later philosophers to build upon, shaping our understanding of consciousness and its role in the universe. Hermotimus's enduring impact is evident in the continued exploration of Nous in philosophy today, a testament to his profound insights. As we delve deeper into the annals of thought, it becomes clear that many pivotal ideas have roots traced back to pioneers like Hermotimus. In the ancient world of Greece, Hermotimus is linked to early theories of metempsychosis, or soul transmigration, the concept that a soul can transmigrate from one body to another after death. As the ancient Greek world grappled with the mysteries of existence, one philosopher's journey into the immortality and separability of the soul would leave a profound mark on metaphysical thought. Hermotimus, known for his explorations into metempsychosis, the belief that the soul can transmigrate from one body to another, left behind a legacy that would be celebrated for centuries to come. Considered by some ancient sources as a previous reincarnation of Pythagoras, Hermotimus's work was interwoven with the influential philosophy of the great sage. His explorations into the nature of the soul and its separability from the body laid the groundwork for future metaphysical concepts. Through his teachings and experiences, Hermotimus exemplified the soul's separability and potential for reincarnation. His legacy lives on as an enduring testament to the power of philosophical inquiry and the human quest for understanding. Through his explorations, Hermotimus left behind a profound influence that would shape the metaphysical landscape for generations to come. But as the people of Clazomenae sought to honor their sage, they made a bold statement about his legacy and the nature of the soul itself. A temple was erected for Hermotimus by the people of Clazomenae, a tangible symbol of their respect and admiration for his teachings. This temple became not just a place of worship, but a monument to the ideas that Hermotimus explored during his life. One idea in particular stood out: the immortality and separability of the soul from the body. The temple dedicated to Hermotimus thus became more than just a place of honor. It was a testament to the profound philosophical insights that Hermotimus uncovered. Through this temple, the people of Clazomenae acknowledged and celebrated his influence, providing a tangible representation of the recognition given to Hermotimus. Through the Temple of Apollo at Branchidae, Hermotimus made a profound statement about the nature of reality and consciousness. In this sacred place, he validated his claim to recall earlier lives by recognizing an ancient artifact, the decaying shield of Menelaus. The temple itself was a significant site, dedicated to Apollo, the god of prophecy and knowledge. It was here that Hermotimus demonstrated his extraordinary ability to traverse time and memory. Menelaus was a figure from the distant past, a hero of the Trojan War, whose exploits were part of ancient mythology. The shield of Menelaus, once gleaming and powerful, now lay decayed in this temple, a poignant reminder of the passage of time. Hermotimus's recognition of this artifact was more than mere historical curiosity. It was an act of validation, a confirmation of his belief in the immortality and separability of the soul. Through this action, he redefined our understanding of the divine realm, proposing that souls can transcend the constraints of time and the body. This concept laid the foundation for his influential metaphysical ideas, which would later be attributed to other philosophers like Anaxagoras. As we reflect on this moment in history, we recognize Hermotimus not just as a philosopher, but as a pioneer who challenged our understanding of reality and consciousness. His journey into the immortality of the soul continues to resonate, reminding us that our perception of the world may be far more complex and profound than we ever imagined. Pythagoras, who lived centuries later, was known for his views on the immortality and reincarnation of the soul. His ideas about the separability of the soul from the body have had a profound influence on philosophical thought. Hermotimus's own explorations into these concepts were influenced by Pythagorean teachings. The idea that the soul can detach from the body, wandering freely during sleep or even after death, was a central tenet of both philosophers. And with each passing day, as we delve deeper into the mysteries of the cosmos and our own consciousness, we find ourselves drawn ever closer to the timeless wisdom of philosophers like Hermotimus. For in exploring the nature of the soul, they have left us with a profound and enduring gift, the understanding that there is more to existence than meets the eye, and that our true selves may be far grander than we ever imagined. Orphism, a mysterious and esoteric religious tradition from ancient Greece, is often shrouded in myth and legend. Yet its teachings left an indelible mark on the philosophical landscape of the era, especially on figures like Hermotimus of Clazomenae. At the core of Orphism lies the belief in the immortality and separability of the soul from the body. Adherents believed that the soul could wander afar, detaching itself from its physical form during sleep or after death. The impact of these Orphic teachings on Hermotimus cannot be overstated. They laid the groundwork for his metaphysical concepts, including his idea of Nous, the immaterial cause of cosmic order and arrangement. Aristotle credits Hermotimus with originating this concept, which suggests a deep influence of Orphism on his thinking. In the ancient city of Elea, a philosopher named Parmenides was developing ideas that would profoundly shape Western thought. Unlike many of his contemporaries, he asserted that reality is unchanging and eternal. According to Parmenides, being is the only true state of existence. Anything else, non-being, is mere illusion. This radical stance challenged prevailing notions of change and impermanence. Hermotimus, a philosopher from Clazomenae who was contemporaneous with Parmenides, delved deeply into the nature of the soul and its relation to the body. His explorations led him to groundbreaking insights that resonate with Parmenides' metaphysics. Imagine Hermotimus wandering through the serene forests of Ionia, pondering the immortality and separability of the soul from the body. During his profound trances, his physical form would become inert like a hollow shell. This idea aligns with Parmenides' assertion that true reality is unchanging and eternal. If being is constant, then perhaps the soul, too, possesses an enduring essence that can detach from the physical realm. Moreover, Parmenides posited that all change is an illusion, suggesting a deep interconnectedness between mind and reality. This perspective could explain Hermotimus's belief in the soul's ability to wander freely. Yet, this harmony was disrupted by a tragic betrayal. One fateful night, his wife's guard faltered, allowing enemies to set fire to Hermotimus's inert body. The incinerated husk prevented his soul from returning, causing his untimely demise. In the ancient city of Clazomenae, Hermotimus's name echoed as a sage who ventured into realms beyond our physical world. His explorations into the immortality and separability of the soul resonated deeply with his contemporaries. One such realm was the divine sphere he believed inhabited by immaterial entities that govern our material universe. This conceptual space, filled with timeless ideas, shares striking similarities with Plato's theory of forms, which posits eternal, unchanging forms that define our material reality. Imagine a world where the essence of every object, the very idea that defines it, exists independently of its physical manifestations. For Plato, these eternal forms were the true reality, with our material universe merely a shadowy reflection. Hermotimus envisioned a similar realm where immortal souls could detach from their physical bodies and journey through cosmic planes. This belief in the soul's separability and reincarnative potential aligned intriguingly with Plato's ideas. Consider the parallel. Plato's form of beauty could be seen as akin to Hermotimus's divine idea of beauty that exists outside our material world. Both philosophers posited an eternal, unchanging essence behind the mutable, physical realm. Hermotimus's metaphysical concepts, such as his idea of Nous, the immaterial cause of cosmic order, anticipated some of Aristotle's attributions to Anaxagoras. This intellectual lineage underscores how Hermotimus's thoughts have left an enduring impact on subsequent philosophical traditions. Take a moment to picture the ancient thinkers, Hermotimus wandering through mystical realms and Plato contemplating his eternal forms. Their explorations into the nature of reality have echoed through centuries, shaping our understanding of the universe. In this timeless quest for truth, we find a thread connecting the ancient past to our contemporary worldview. The ideas that once stirred the minds of philosophers in Clazomenae continue to guide us as we ponder the nature of existence. As you drift off tonight, let the idea of these eternal forms, the unchanging essences that define our material world, guide your thoughts. Perhaps they will inspire dreams of journeys through cosmic realms, echoing the explorations of philosophers long past. In ancient times, when the world was simpler and yet infinitely complex, a philosopher named Empedocles pondered the fundamental nature of existence. Empedocles proposed that everything in our universe is composed of four essential elements: earth, air, fire, and water. These were the building blocks from which all matter was formed. According to Empedocles, these elements are eternal and unchanging. They cannot be created or destroyed, but only transformed into one another through the processes of nature. This theory of the four elements had a profound influence on subsequent philosophers, including Hermotimus of Clazomenae. Hermotimus was intrigued by Empedocles' idea that the soul could be an immortal, non-physical entity distinct from the body and capable of wandering afar during sleep or other altered states. In his meditations, Hermotimus explored the possibility that the soul could detach from the body and embark on journeys through various realms, a concept closely aligned with Empedocles' dualistic theory of material and active principles. Imagine the soul as a traveler, free from the confines of the physical body, exploring the cosmos and gaining insights into the eternal truths that govern our universe. Such journeys, according to Hermotimus, could provide deeper understanding of the unchanging essences, the orms that guide our thoughts and shape our reality. This journey from Empedocles' four elements to Hermotimus's metaphysical concepts demonstrates how ideas evolve and intertwine, influencing the philosophical landscape over time. From Empedocles' four elements to Hermotimus's metaphysical concepts, the evolution of philosophical thought is a fascinating journey. Today, we turn our attention to another significant figure in this tapestry, Anaxagoras. Anaxagoras was a pre-Socratic philosopher who lived during the 5th century BCE, hailing from Clazomenae, much like Hermotimus. He is renowned for his radical ideas about the cosmos and the divine realm. One of Anaxagoras' most profound contributions to philosophy is his concept of Nous. Nous, which translates to mind or intellect, represents an ordering principle separate from matter. According to Anaxagoras, everything in the universe is composed of tiny, indivisible particles known as homomeria. These particles are constantly moving and mixing due to a force he calls Nous. This divine mind or intelligence is responsible for ordering the chaos and bringing about cosmic arrangements. Imagine an immense, unordered cloud of these particles, each with its unique properties. The Nous acts as an architect, arranging and organizing this chaos into the intricate structures we observe in the universe today. But how does this relate to Hermotimus's exploration of the soul? Hermotimus, while not as well known as Anaxagoras, is credited by Aristotle with originating the metaphysical concept of Nous. Interestingly, his interpretation and application of this principle align closely with Anaxagoras' ideas. According to Hermotimus, the soul is an immaterial entity that can detach from the physical body during sleep or other altered states. This concept bears a striking resemblance to Anaxagoras' notion of Nous as a separate ordering principle. Imagine the soul as a divine mind that wanders away from its physical vessel, much like how Nous is described as an architect guiding the particles into order. This journey of Hermotimus's exploration into the immortality and separability of the soul from the body, leading to his influential metaphysical concepts, shows how ideas evolve and intertwine. His integration and building upon existing philosophical ideas have significantly shaped the philosophical landscape. In the vibrant intellectual hub of ancient Greece, Democritus, a philosopher from Abdera, Thrace, proposed a radical theory that would forever change our understanding of the physical world. Democritus posited that all matter is composed of tiny, indivisible particles called atoms, an idea that would form the foundation of modern atomic theory. These atoms are eternal and unchanging, constantly moving in empty space. His view of the cosmos as a collection of indestructible particles influenced other thinkers, including Hermotimus of Clazomenae. Hermotimus, known for his exploration into the immortality and separability of the soul from the body, drew inspiration from Democritus's atomistic philosophy. Imagine if the soul could be seen as an indestructible particle, much like the atoms described by Democritus. If the physical body can disintegrate and its constituent particles scattered, might not the soul also be an unchanging entity that transcends death? This concept of a soul as a permanent, indivisible essence resonated deeply with Hermotimus and shaped his metaphysical views. Thus, the journey of Hermotimus's exploration into the immortality and separability of the soul from the body reveals how different philosophical paradigms informed his metaphysics. Beyond the physical world we inhabit lies a realm of eternal, unchanging forms, an idea profoundly influential in Western philosophy. This is Plato's theory of eternal forms. According to Plato, each object or idea in our world is a mere imitation of its perfect, eternal counterpart. In the Theory of Forms dialogue, Plato posits that these eternal forms are like blueprints. They exist outside space and time. It was this concept of an immortal realm where perfect forms reside that intrigued Hermotimus of Clazomenae. These excursions of the soul inspired Hermotimus to ponder the nature of reality beyond the physical body. He began to conceptualize an immortal soul, and a divine realm akin to Plato's eternal forms. This idea of an eternal, unchanging realm resonated with Hermotimus's own experiences of his soul's detachment from the body. It influenced his belief in a separate, immortal aspect of human existence, a concept echoed in Plato's eternal forms. Pythagoras, a contemporary of Hermotimus, was known for his teachings on number mysticism and the immortality of the soul. For Pythagoras, numbers held a sacred significance that went beyond their practical use in counting or measurement. He believed that numbers were the underlying structure of the cosmos, governing everything from celestial bodies to human lives. The idea of number mysticism deeply resonated with Hermotimus, who saw in it a reflection of his own belief in the separability and immortality of the soul. Pythagoras taught that the soul is an eternal entity distinct from the physical body, which is merely a temporary vessel. This doctrine of the soul's immortality was a cornerstone of Pythagoras's metaphysical teachings and had a profound influence on Hermotimus. Hermotimus's soul journeys, where his spirit would wander afar while his body lay inert, were seen as a practical demonstration of the soul's separability. Pythagoras's teachings on metempsychosis, or the transmigration of souls, also found echoes in Hermotimus's ideas. Both philosophers believed that the soul could leave one body and enter another, a concept that challenged traditional views on life and death. The idea of an immortal soul that can journey beyond the physical body became central to Hermotimus's metaphysical inquiries, shaping his influential concepts. This exploration into the immortality and separability of the soul from the body led Hermotimus to propose metaphysical doctrines that would have a lasting impact on philosophical thought. But Hermotimus was not alone in his exploration of the soul's journey. The Orphic Mysteries, ancient Greek religious rites centered around the myth of Orpheus, held a profound influence on his metaphysical thought. In these rituals, the devotees sought to reenact the journey of Orpheus's soul through the underworld. This idea of the soul's separability and its capacity to traverse realms beyond the body resonated deeply with Hermotimus. The Orphic belief in metempsychosis, or the transmigration of souls, suggested that the soul could wander and take on different forms after death. This concept likely inspired Hermotimus to ponder the immortality and separability of the soul from the body. These religious beliefs offered a framework for understanding his philosophical inquiries, providing a mythological context to the metaphysical doctrines he would come to propose. For Hermotimus, the soul's journey was not merely a philosophical construct, but an intimate experience that echoed the ancient traditions he held dear. This integration of religious beliefs into his philosophy demonstrates the rich tapestry of influences that shaped his thought. This journey, both philosophical and spiritual, led him to propose groundbreaking ideas about the nature of reality and the place of the soul within it. These concepts would leave a lasting impact on the trajectory of Western philosophy. As we delve deeper into Hermotimus's thought, we see how ancient religious traditions and personal experiences intertwined to forge a unique vision of the cosmos and the human soul. And so, Hermotimus's exploration into the immortality and separability of the soul from the body continued to unfold, weaving together strands of myth, philosophy, and personal experience. In the ancient city of Miletus, a philosopher named Thales walked along the shoreline, his sandaled feet sinking softly into the beach's warm embrace. Thales pondered the vast expanse of water before him, its shimmering surface a dance of light and breeze. To his mind, this was no mere body of water. It was an entity alive with essence. He believed that every part of the universe held a divine spark, a notion echoed in the writings attributed to him. Everything is full of gods. This idea of an animate universe would later resonate with Hermotimus, who similarly posited that the soul could journey apart from the body, a living entity unto itself. As Hermotimus delved deeper into the immortality and separability of the soul, he might have envisioned it not just as an ethereal essence, but one that could wander like the spirits in Thales's living universe. And perhaps, as he slept or meditated, his soul ventured beyond his body, seeking out distant shores in a world filled with divine presence. These ancient philosophies laid the groundwork for later metaphysical explorations, connecting Hermotimus to foundational Greek thought on the nature of reality. The ancient Greek philosopher Hermotimus is known for his explorations into the immortality and separability of the soul from the body. One influential metaphor that might have shaped his views comes from another great philosopher, Heraclitus. Heraclitus, often referred to as the weeping philosopher, is famous for his metaphor of the river. He posited that you cannot step into the same river twice because both you and the river have changed. This concept encapsulates the idea of constant change and flux, a core theme in Heraclitus's philosophy. The river, with its ceaseless flow, symbolizes the unstoppable nature of time and the universe's perpetual transformation. Hermotimus might have drawn inspiration from this metaphor in contemplating his own theories on the soul's separability and reincarnative potential. In his teachings, Hermotimus emphasized that the soul can wander afar from its physical body, much like water leaving a riverbed. This poetic language and metaphor likely contributed to his philosophical development, allowing him to imagine the soul as an entity distinct from its physical vessel. By drawing on such vivid imagery, Hermotimus could paint a picture of the soul's journey and immortality that resonated deeply with his followers. This connection between Heraclitus's river and Hermotimus's soul further underscores the power of metaphor in shaping philosophical thought, allowing complex ideas to be conveyed through simple yet profound analogies. The Pre-Socratics were a group of thinkers who predate Socrates, each contributing uniquely to our understanding of the world and ourselves. Thales of Miletus, one of the earliest, is known for his assertion that all things arise from water, a profound idea that set the stage for subsequent philosophical inquiries into the fundamental nature of reality. Following Thales, Anaximander proposed that all things come from a boundless and eternal substance he called apeiron, an idea that introduced the concept of an underlying cosmic principle governing the universe. Anaximenes further developed these ideas, positing that air is the fundamental element from which all things originate and to which they return, a notion that aligned with observations of natural phenomena and laid the groundwork for Hermotimus's own philosophical journey. These early thinkers, including Thales, Anaximander, and Anaximenes, laid the foundation for Hermotimus's exploration into the immortality and separability of the soul from the body. As Hermotimus delved deeper, he began to formulate his own metaphysical concepts, ideas that would later be attributed to him by philosophers like Aristotle and Lucian. This intellectual environment, rich with diverse perspectives on the nature of reality, allowed Hermotimus's theories to take shape, theories that would go on to influence philosophical thought for generations. These cults promised initiates a deeper understanding of the universe and the nature of the soul. For Hermotimus, grappling with concepts of immortality and the separability of the soul from the body, these beliefs were particularly intriguing. The Eleusinian Mysteries, dedicated to the goddess Demeter and her daughter Persephone, revolved around the myth of the abduction and return of Persephone. This cycle symbolized the eternal cycle of life, death, and rebirth. Hermotimus saw in these rituals a reflection of his own beliefs in the soul's journey beyond the physical body. If the soul could be separated from the body during sleep, perhaps it could also transcend death. Similarly, the Dionysian Mysteries celebrated the god of wine and ecstasy, Dionysus. Worshippers believed that through rituals involving intoxicants and altered states of consciousness, they could temporarily escape their mortal bodies. For Hermotimus, these practices supported the idea that the soul was not confined to the physical body and could wander freely. This perspective laid the groundwork for his metaphysical concepts of the mind as an immaterial cause of cosmic order. During his travels, Hermotimus experienced firsthand the separation of his soul from his body. His wife was tasked with protecting his inert form while his soul wandered afar. These personal journeys and the beliefs he encountered in Alexandria shaped Hermotimus's views on the soul, influencing his theories that would go on to impact philosophical thought for generations. In this complex intellectual environment, Hermotimus's exploration of the soul's immortality and separability from the body took on a profound significance. His journey demonstrates how religious beliefs and mystical experiences can shape foundational metaphysical concepts. Metaphysics, as we understand it today, is the branch of philosophy that deals with the nature of reality itself, questions about what exists beyond our immediate experience. This concept of a mind separate from the body was revolutionary for its time and laid the groundwork for later philosophical inquiries into the nature of consciousness and reality. Hermotimus's experiences exemplified the potential for the soul to detach from the body and traverse different realms of existence. This belief was not just speculative, but validated through practical demonstrations. Such validation served as a foundation for Pythagoras's later teachings on metempsychosis and reincarnation, a testament to Hermotimus's enduring influence. As the ancient Greeks sought to understand the nature of reality and the human soul, a fascinating philosophical movement emerged known as Neoplatonism. This school of thought was deeply influenced by the pioneering ideas of Hermotimus of Clazomenae, a pre-Socratic philosopher renowned for his exploration into the immortality and separability of the soul from the body. Hermotimus's groundbreaking concept that the mind is a separate entity from the physical body laid the foundation for what would become one of the core tenets of Neoplatonism. At the heart of this philosophy is the belief in the immortality and transcendence of the soul, an idea that Hermotimus had delved into centuries before. One of the most prominent figures in Neoplatonism was Plotinus, a philosopher who lived in the 3rd century CE. Plotinus expanded upon Hermotimus's theories, asserting that the human soul is connected to a divine source and can achieve unity with it through contemplative practices. Porphyry, another influential Neoplatonic philosopher, further developed Hermotimus's ideas by exploring the concept of theurgy, the idea that human beings can ascend to divine status through ritual and contemplative practices. This idea was deeply rooted in Hermotimus's belief in the soul's ability to separate from the body. Hermotimus's metaphysical ideas were so profound that they transcended the boundaries of their time and place, influencing philosophers for centuries to come. His concepts were adopted and expanded upon by Neoplatonic thinkers, who saw in them a pathway to understanding the divine and the true nature of reality. Through his explorations into the separability of the soul from the body, Hermotimus left a lasting legacy that continues to resonate in modern philosophical thought. His ideas on the immortality and transcendence of the human soul laid the groundwork for much of what would become known as Neoplatonism. Hermotimus, the ancient Greek philosopher, is known for his pioneering explorations into the nature of the soul and its relationship to the body. His ideas laid the groundwork for much of what would become known as Neoplatonism. One of the key figures influenced by Hermotimus's teachings was Aristotle. Aristotle's teachings on the soul reflect this ancient belief, suggesting that the soul is the form or essence of a living thing. Just as Hermotimus believed in the separability and immortality of the soul, Aristotle also explored these ideas in his metaphysical writings. The journey of Hermotimus into the immortality and transcendence of the human soul laid a path that Aristotle would follow in his own philosophical explorations. Aristotle's metaphysics is a rich tapestry of ideas, many of which can be traced back to the teachings of Hermotimus. This legacy shows how ancient philosophers built upon one another's insights, creating a continuum of thought that still resonates today. As we look back at the ideas of Hermotimus, we see how his exploration into the immortality and separability of the soul has left an enduring mark on philosophical thought. The concepts he introduced continue to shape our understanding of the relationship between the mind and the body. Ultimately, Hermotimus's ideas demonstrate the power of curiosity and exploration in philosophy, His journey into the nature of the soul has influenced generations of thinkers, including Aristotle, and continues to captivate us today. Epicurus, the proponent of materialism, questioned the very foundations of Hermotimus's metaphysics. To Epicurus, everything in the universe was reducible to matter and its interactions. He argued that the soul is not an immortal entity, but rather a complex arrangement of atoms. In his view, when the body dies, the soul disperses and ceases to exist. This starkly contrasted with Hermotimus's belief in the soul's separability and reincarnative potential. To Epicurus, there was no spiritual substance that could survive the dissolution of the physical body. But what about those extraordinary claims of Hermotimus's soul journeying while his body lay inert? Epicurus might have dismissed these as mere fantasies, lacking any empirical basis. Hermotimus's experiences were portrayed as proof of the soul's independence from the body. But to Epicurus, these accounts were unverifiable and therefore not worthy of philosophical consideration. Despite the criticism, Hermotimus's ideas continued to captivate generations of thinkers. His journey into the nature of the soul has influenced both ancient and contemporary philosophical discourse. The debate between materialism and the immortality of the soul has persisted for centuries, echoing through the philosophical canon. Enter the Stoics, who delved into the nature of the cosmos and the divine. At the heart of their philosophy lay the concept of logos, a universal principle that governs the universe. Logos, according to the Stoics, is not just a principle, but an active force that permeates every aspect of existence. It's the reason behind all things, the order that underlies chaos. This idea resonates with Hermotimus's beliefs about the separability and immortality of the soul. For Hermotimus, the soul could detach from the body and wander afar during sleep or after death, echoing the universal and transcendent nature of logos. But where does this leave the human soul in relation to the divine? For Stoics, the human soul is a fragment of the universal logos. It carries within it the essence and order of the cosmos. In this light, Hermotimus's journeys of his soul take on a deeper significance. They become symbolic representations of the soul's attempt to reunite with its divine source, an embodiment of Logos' transcendent nature. This parallel between Hermotimus's explorations and Stoic philosophy illustrates how early metaphysical concepts can influence broader discussions on divinity and the cosmos. It shows a continuity in human thought, where ancient ideas lay the groundwork for future philosophies. As we delve deeper into these philosophical debates, it becomes clear that our understanding of the divine is continually evolving, shaped by thinkers like Hermotimus and the Stoics who paved the way for future explorations. But for now, let's pause and reflect on how these early concepts have shaped our modern philosophical landscape. How do today's ideas about the soul and divinity continue to echo the insights of those who came before us? Neoplatonic philosophy took these ideas further, positing that the soul's ultimate goal is unity with the divine. In their vision, the cosmos is a grand tapestry woven by the divine mind, with the human soul seeking to ascend toward this source of all existence. According to Neoplatonic thought, the human soul is a spark of divinity, temporarily housed in a mortal body. This body acts as a vessel, allowing the soul to experience the material world while it strives for transcendence. During its journey, the soul must navigate both the material and immaterial realms, learning lessons that bring it closer to divine unity. In this quest for transcendence, the soul encounters various challenges and distractions that can impede its progress. These challenges are seen as opportunities for growth and purification, ultimately strengthening the soul's capacity to unite with the divine. Hermotimus's concept of a wandering soul was revolutionary in its time and laid the groundwork for these deeper explorations of divine unity. His pioneering ideas about the soul's separability and its potential for reincarnative experiences opened doors to new philosophical horizons. His ideas continue to echo in our modern understanding of the soul and its divine potential, reminding us that the pursuit of transcendence is a journey both ancient and eternal. In the ancient world of Ionia, a philosopher named Hermotimus embarked on an extraordinary quest to explore the divine realm and understand the nature of the soul. His approach was marked by deep contemplation and rigorous logical reasoning, drawing from the traditions of Eleatic philosophy. The Eleatics, known for their monistic views, believed in a single, unchanging reality that underlies all phenomena. Hermotimus was drawn to this line of thought, seeking to comprehend the ultimate nature of existence. Through contemplative practices and logical deductions, Hermotimus attempted to grasp the immortal essence of the soul. He posited that the soul could separate from the body during sleep, wandering afar while leaving the physical form inert. His ideas were influenced by the Eleatic philosophy's emphasis on unchanging reality and the mind's ability to perceive truth through logical reasoning. These foretellings served as a bridge between his philosophical speculations and practical observations, grounding his metaphysical beliefs in tangible experiences. Hermotimus's explorations into the divine realm and the nature of the soul laid the foundation for his influential metaphysical concepts, shaping our understanding of immortality and spiritual potential. His metaphysical methodology, rooted in contemplation and logical reasoning, continues to resonate, reminding us that the pursuit of transcendence is a journey both ancient and eternal. Pythagorean philosophy is deeply entwined with numerology and the belief in the harmony of the cosmos. Numbers held special significance for Pythagoras, who saw them as the fundamental building blocks of the universe. This Pythagorean numerology is not just about mathematical principles, but also about how numbers reflect the divine realm and cosmic order. Hermotimus, influenced by these teachings, likely incorporated numerical symbolism into his metaphysical views. This symbolism enriches the understanding of Hermotimus's philosophy, suggesting that numbers are not merely quantitative, but also carry qualitative significance. In this context, numerical concepts do not merely define quantities, they also reveal deeper metaphysical truths about the nature of reality and the soul's journey. Hermotimus's exploration into the immortality and separability of the soul is enriched by this Pythagorean numerology, highlighting a divine order that underlies all existence. In ancient Greece, pneuma was believed to be the animating force that connects the body and soul. It is often translated as breath or spirit, reflecting its dual role in sustaining life and imparting consciousness. For Hermotimus, pneuma was not just a physical force that kept the body alive, but also an essential aspect of what made him, as a whole being, uniquely human. He believed that while the physical body could be left inert during sleep or trance-like states, the pneuma would continue its journey elsewhere, exploring realms beyond the corporeal. This separation of pneuma from the body was a fundamental part of Hermotimus's understanding of the soul's immortality and capacity to detach. Imagine Hermotimus during one of his trances. His body lies still like a husk, while his pneuma, the essence of his being, wanders afar, experiencing realities inaccessible to the physical form. The incineration of his physical form prevented the pneuma from returning, resulting in a tragic death for Hermotimus. This incident underscores the crucial role of pneuma in his philosophy. It was not just a concept, but an essential element that bridged the gap between the physical and spiritual realms. The idea of pneuma allowed Hermotimus to integrate physical concepts into his metaphysical framework, creating a cohesive worldview that blended the material and spiritual. The journey of Hermotimus's exploration into the immortality and separability of the soul from the body, leading to his influential metaphysical concepts, had a profound impact on subsequent mystery schools and philosophies. His ideas resonated with many thinkers who sought to understand the relationship between the material world and the divine. For instance, the Orphic traditions, which emphasized the immortality of the soul and the possibility of reincarnation, profound echoes in Hermotimus's teachings. His concept of pneuma, the breath or spirit that animates the body, was seen as a precursor to their ideas about the soul's journey. The Eleusinian Mysteries, with their initiation rituals aimed at ensuring a blessed afterlife, also drew inspiration from Hermotimus. His view that the soul can separate from the body during sleep and travel to distant realms anticipated these beliefs. Many later philosophers, including those in the Pythagorean tradition, found Hermotimus's ideas compelling. They adapted his notions of the separability of the soul and its wandering nature into their own doctrines. Hermotimus's metaphysical concepts laid the groundwork for these later schools and texts. His ideas about the mind as an immaterial cause of cosmic order influenced thinkers like Aristotle, who attributed similar doctrines to Anaxagoras. The influence of Hermotimus extends beyond philosophy into the realms of mysticism and spiritual practice. His ideas about the soul's travels during sleep continue to intrigue seekers of spiritual knowledge. The enduring relevance of Hermotimus's philosophical contributions lies in his ability to bridge the gap between physical phenomena and metaphysical principles. His ideas continue to resonate with those who explore the mysteries of the universe. As we reflect on these later mystery schools and philosophical traditions, it becomes clear that Hermotimus's exploration into the soul's immortality and its separation from the body has left an indelible mark on our understanding of the cosmos and our place within it. In ancient times, the philosopher Hermotimus of Clazomenae explored a radical idea: the soul's separation from the body and its potential immortality. His journeys into this realm were so profound that they left an indelible mark on Western thought, influencing some of history's most seminal philosophical works. Plato's Allegory of the Cave is one such work that draws deeply from Hermotimus's ideas. The tale begins with prisoners chained in a cave, seeing only shadows cast on the wall as reality. In Plato's narrative, one prisoner escapes the cave and discovers the true nature of things outside. Upon returning to inform his fellow prisoners, he finds that they cannot understand or accept this new reality. This allegory mirrors Hermotimus's belief in the soul's ability to detach from the body and travel independently. Both explore the concept of the soul's separation from physical constraints. Hermotimus's philosophy postulated that the soul could journey far, leaving the body inert like a husk during these travels. This idea finds resonance in Plato's prisoner, who ventures beyond the limitations of his physical surroundings. In Plato's allegory, the struggle to reconcile new knowledge with old beliefs parallels Hermotimus's own journey of exploring the boundaries of consciousness. Both delve into the nature of reality and perception. The Allegory of the Cave has had a profound influence on Western philosophy, shaping ideas about knowledge and perception. This legacy can be traced back to Hermotimus's pioneering exploration into the metaphysical realm. In conclusion, Hermotimus's groundbreaking inquiry into the soul's immortality and its capacity for separation laid a foundation for Plato's enduring philosophical insights. His ideas continue to echo through centuries of thought. In the 3rd century CE, Plotinus introduced the concept of the tripartite soul, building upon Hermotimus's ideas about the soul's immortality and separability. This hierarchy posited 3 distinct parts: the vegetative soul, responsible for growth and nutrient absorption; the sensitive soul, governing senses and perception; and the rational soul, which contains our consciousness and reasoning capabilities. In this metaphysical framework, the highest part of the soul, the rational soul, was seen as immortal and capable of separating from the body, aligning with Hermotimus's beliefs. This separation allowed for the soul to journey beyond physical constraints, much like how Hermotimus's soul was said to wander afar during sleep. The influence of Hermotimus's ideas on Plotinus demonstrates how early philosophical inquiries can lay a foundation for later, more complex systems of thought. It illustrates the continuity and evolution of metaphysical concepts across different epochs and schools of philosophy. In contemplating these philosophers, we are reminded that our understanding of the universe is a collective effort, built on the insights and inquiries of those who came before us. Each addition to this body of knowledge draws us closer to grasping the profound nature of existence. So, let us continue this journey, guided by the insights of those who dared to explore the boundaries of our understanding. For in their explorations lies a path toward illuminating the mysteries that surround us. Central to his philosophy was the concept of a daemon, an intermediary entity between the material world and the divine realm. In Plato's philosophy, the daemon is portrayed as a guardian spirit, guiding individuals towards wisdom and righteousness. While Plato saw it as a guiding force, Hermotimus's daemon was more complex. For Hermotimus, the daemon represented a bridge between the physical body and the eternal soul. Despite this tragic end, Hermotimus's explorations deepened our understanding of the metaphysical hierarchy between the material world and divine realm. His views on the daemon offered a path toward reconciling the material and spiritual realms. Perhaps there is more to explore in this journey of the soul's immortality and separability from the body. Among his notable beliefs was the idea of the Elysian Fields, a place where the worthy souls would reside after death, free from the constraints and toils of physical existence. In this way, Hermotimus saw the soul as a dynamic force capable of transcending the confines of the body. His philosophical journey explored how the soul could separate from its physical vessel and continue its existence in another realm. This belief in the immortality and separability of the soul from the body was not just a theoretical concept for Hermotimus, but rather a deeply held conviction that shaped his philosophy. His view on the afterlife, as reflected in the idea of the Elysian Fields, suggests a belief in a realm where the soul could exist peacefully and eternally, separated from the trials and tribulations of mortal life. This concept is intriguing not only for its spiritual implications, but also for its influence on later metaphysical thought, where the idea of an immaterial cause, nous, became a foundational principle. As Hermotimus's philosophy evolved, his ideas on the soul's journey post-mortem added depth to his metaphysical concepts, shaping a vision of the universe where the mind was seen as a fundamental force driving cosmic order. For Hermotimus, the soul's ability to transcend death and exist in an eternal, blissful state offered a profound perspective on the nature of reality. This journey of exploration into immortality and the separability of the soul from the body was not just an academic pursuit, but a deeply personal quest that would come to define his philosophical legacy. Perhaps more than any other pre-Socratic philosopher, Hermotimus's ideas on the soul and its afterlife have left an enduring mark on metaphysics. Hermotimus of Clazomenae, a pre-Socratic philosopher renowned for his explorations into the immortality and separability of the soul, embraced an intriguing method of inquiry known as the Socratic method. This approach, championed by Socrates himself, centered on rigorous questioning rather than asserting absolute truths. By employing the Socratic method, Hermotimus could challenge his interlocutors to consider the possibility of a soul separate from the body. Through questions such as, what is it that makes us who we are when our bodies are at rest? Or, can the essence of a person exist beyond the physical form? He aimed to illuminate the intangible and eternal nature of the soul. This approach was not just intellectual curiosity, it was integral to his exploration of the divine realm. By questioning, Hermotimus sought to uncover truths that were otherwise obscured by dogmatic assertions or unexamined assumptions. These prophetic insights further supported his belief in the soul's immortality and capacity to detach from the body. They illustrated how our consciousness, freed from bodily constraints, could perceive phenomena beyond the reach of mortal senses. Hermotimus's exploration into immortality and separability was not just an academic pursuit, it was a spiritual quest that sought to bridge the gap between mortal existence and eternal truths. His methods, grounded in the Socratic tradition of questioning, were integral to unveiling these profound insights. Through patient and persistent inquiry, Hermotimus demonstrated how our understanding of reality can transcend physical limits, inviting us to consider a world where the soul's journey is endless and its wisdom infinite. Persistent inquiry led Hermotimus to explore the divine through correspondences, specific parallels between physical phenomena and abstract ideas. He believed that the natural world reflected divine principles in a system of metaphysical correspondences. For example, he saw the journey of a soul as analogous to the path of a star across the night sky. Just as stars rise and set, Hermotimus believed that souls ascend to the divine realm and return to earthly bodies. He drew parallels between celestial movements and the cyclical nature of reincarnation. Numerical patterns in nature also fascinated Hermotimus. He found deep significance in the regularities of mathematical proportions. For instance, he noted that the ratio of the diameter to the height of a cylinder is always equal to 2. He saw this mathematical harmony as an illustration of divine order in the universe. Symbols, too, played a crucial role in his metaphysical correspondences, specific symbols representing abstract ideas. For example, he associated the circle with eternity and completeness, reflecting divine principles in geometry. By grounding his metaphysical ideas in observable phenomena, Hermotimus advanced his exploration of the soul's immortality and separability from the body. This approach demonstrated how physical realities can mirror transcendental truths, inviting deeper contemplation of the universe's mysteries. Epicurus argued that the universe was composed of tiny, indivisible particles called atoms and an infinite void in which they moved. According to this view, everything could be reduced to these material elements. Hermotimus challenged Epicurus's materialism by asserting that while atoms and the void were fundamental, there was another principle at work, nous, or mind. He argued that this immaterial cause of cosmic order and arrangement could not be reduced to the mere movements of atoms. Epicurus countered by claiming that all sensations and thoughts were merely products of complex atomic arrangements in the body. Hermotimus maintained that these experiences indicated a higher principle that could not be accounted for by material interactions alone. The debates deepened Hermotimus's conviction in the immortality and separability of the soul from the body, influencing his later metaphysical views. In ancient times, these arguments were not mere academic exercises, but profound explorations into the nature of existence and reality itself. Hermotimus's explorations into the soul's immortality extended beyond his own body and experiences. He ventured into the boundless realm of the divine, seeking understanding of its infinite nature. Anaximander, another pre-Socratic philosopher, introduced the concept of the apeiron. This term, often translated as infinite or boundless, described a fundamental principle underlying all existence. Anaximander believed that the soul emerged from the apeiron and was inextricably linked to it. This idea posited that the soul, though part of individual beings, was connected to an eternal, boundless essence. Hermotimus integrated Anaximander's concept into his own metaphysics, suggesting that the soul's ability to separate from the body was a manifestation of its connection to the infinite. Despite this, Hermotimus's ideas about the soul's separability and reincarnative potential endured. They were passed down through generations, influencing later philosophers and spiritual traditions. Hermotimus interpreted Pythagoras' teachings through a lens that emphasized the soul's journey beyond the physical realm. He believed that during sleep or trance states, the soul could detach from the body and wander afar. While Pythagoras focused on the mathematical order and harmony of the cosmos, Hermotimus delved into the practical implications of soul travel. This divergence highlights how Hermotimus adapted Pythagorean monism to his own philosophical agenda. The influence of Pythagoras' mathematical approach on Hermotimus is evident in how he structured his beliefs around the soul's predictive capabilities. Yet, despite these differences, The core monistic principle resonated with Hermotimus, the idea that all things are fundamentally one. As he explored these ideas, Hermotimus came to believe that the soul's journeys were not just metaphysical phenomena, but also practical tools for understanding the world. This synthesis of Pythagorean monism, with a focus on the soul's predictive power, deepened Hermotimus's philosophical inquiries and influenced later thinkers who grappled with the nature of reality.